Oh boy. 1 second. I have to do this. All right, everybody. Welcome to Granblue Radio number 257. I think I said it was. Yeah, 257. Oh boy.
It's been a lot.
Yeah, it's been a while. Um, so I'm on vacation right now, but as you know, as long as I have access to a connection, I'm just gonna stream. So whatever. Um, I should probably introduce ourselves. This is Vibrating Sheep of Granblue underscore EA, and I just got finished a few days ago doing what was basically, 30 some hours of streaming and translating over
It was
that
a
weekend.
lot.
I was like, I'm not gonna cover the satellite channel.
And then you covered the satellite stage.
I didn't cover all of it. There were parts that I also went to sleep, okay?
Yes, well,
Anyway,
true. I didn't expect you to actually cover some of the parts.
some of the parts were really fun.
They're
Like,
always fun.
yeah, Granblue
It's
is
just that
fun.
usually when we the first time we had satellite stage, we were at Granblue Fest, so we couldn't actually go to satellite stage.
And Satellite Stage was just like a comfy talk show. Now they have like segments. They had freaking an advice column segment where people would call in and get advice from Inada Tetsu, either as Inada Tetsu or as Ladiva, or in some cases as famed professional wrestler Antonio Inoki.
Yep.
They had like what else did they do? They did Granblue TV shopping, of course. They had a live streamed portion with Mighty Skyfarer Ichiki Mitsuhiro. Um,
Which is where we got the other crystals.
yeah, the
Yeah.
3,000 crystals. Um, anyway, so there was a lot of content. Okay, there was a lot of content to cover.
Anyways, he's Vibrate Sheep. I'm DJ. How is it going?
Yeah, so this is the thing is that DJ is the one who's in charge of keeping us on track today. Partially because I only have one screen on this laptop, and so I can't see the agenda that I wrote up unless I look at my phone. Um, and the other reason is because my brain is fried.
It was a lot of hours.
It was a lot of time, so I drove down to Los Angeles a couple nights ago, and I'm hanging out down here.
That's a lot of hours too.
It was fine. It was fine. Anyway, so we got a lot to cover because Grand Blue Fantasy Fest is the last dump of the year. So I was gonna say it's the info dump, and then I remember that the info dump is the anniversary. It's just that Fest has 2 days of it, so they spread it out better. So let's
I'm
get
just
started.
surprised that I'm surprised that we didn't get stats this time around.
We didn't. Yeah. I guess they're just gonna save that for
Anniversary.
anniversary in summer. Yeah, the two big pillars. All right, so let's get started, DJ.
All right, so part two of Doraemon ended up finishing.
All right, so let's go take a look at our light gun characters. And hey, we have a fifth grader here, Nobita.
What does Nobita do?
He shoots gun.
What? That's a gun?
It's clearly a fist in his hands, a melee weapon. I don't know.
According to MC, it's a fist.
Look, we're gonna talk about this later, but given what's coming up with the chocolate war that we're about to get, I I just have nothing to offer on this topic. Like, there's no such thing as an expert. They decide what they want to do.
You just look at it, Fukuhara, and you just question everything.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so Nobita, we're gonna cover him really quickly, just because there's just less obviously powerful stuff in Nobita's kit because he's not Doraemon. He's just a kid. All right. So once again, his CA, light damage, and then one turn cut to his cooldowns. Um, this is important because two of his skills are linked. So if you had just a 5-turn linked skill, that would actually kind of suck. Especially since we've got the unturned stone cap here, which is 2 turns of triple attack and 2 turns of zero hostility, which is
Mm-hmm.
fine. 2 turns of triple attack on this kid means that he gains 74 meter, which is enough to almost get him to Nobita's all-out attack again.
Yeah.
He also has one of those things that I've talked about before as being like a very powerful thing when a free unit has it, not just not just substitute, but dodge all. There have been many occasions in the past where that's powerful. I'm thinking you with the Cerberus fight when Nicholas was like a king of that fight, and he would just save you single-handedly from Coco and Mimi and murdering your team.
Good times, good times.
But there's other situations. It's an air cannon, yeah. Um, and then he'll counter. It's just like Nicholas in Dark. It's not bad. It's useful, and the thing is that if you don't need it, then you just have him triple attack for 2 turns. So there's an
Yeah,
alternative.
his only downside when using that is that he cannot attack during that turn
Right.
when
So
he uses the cape.
you're choosing offense and defense. Then we've got the air
Well,
cannon.
auto chooses offense.
Right. Then you've got the air cannon, which is just a nuke, and he gets meter. So when I
20%
say
meter's pretty nice.
when I say that he gains 74 meter, he actually gains 94 meter. So he's very consistent at CAing as long as he's in offense mode. And then aim carefully. This is a nothing skill, so don't worry about it. It's just
But he don't miss.
I'm just talking about aim carefully. Bullseye is great because he don't miss.
Look, it's a guaranteed crit. It exists.
It's there.
It exists.
It's a thing.
It's 3 turns
out of 6, and by 6 we actually mean 5, sometimes 4, because of his CA effect. But here's the real thing about this kid. All right, so fastest draw in the skies.
Actually,
you're going to talk about his EMPs?
No, according to his notes,
mm-hmm.
That is not a gadget, so that does not get reduced.
All right, never mind. It's actually out of 6. But hey, you know what else can help guarantee crits for this kid? The fact that he has 6 crit nodes.
You're also in an element with Soren.
Yeah.
Or Toyen. So
it's just funny to me. It's like, for some reason, this kid has 6 crit nodes.
Look, he really wants a crit without having like.
He has no benefit from critting. He just crits. It's just there.
Like if he had like the ability, like a passive ability to what's it called, get supplemental damage off crits, it makes sense. It really doesn't make sense though.
They just wanted to give him crit. Okay, he just crits. That's all he does. But here's the important one here. Fastest draw in the skies. This is the actual reason that this character will be relevant in the coming months and years. And so this is a passive that we've seen before, but this is the first version of it that reads the following. When he's a sub-ally, when a light chain burst activates, then it does light damage to a foe based on the number of chains. And as you give me the numbers, let's go look at the other character that we have in light who looks at this exact same thing.
All right, so let me give the numbers while you're navigating to Silva.
Mm-hmm.
So at 2 chain, it's the cap is 220k. At 3 chain, 320k, and at 4 or more chain, 420k.
And then when Silva is at a 4 chain, but she only cares about the 4 chain or higher, then
Silva's cap is 600k.
Right, so she does more damage, but here's the thing that makes him relevant, and hers is not always the one that you're going to have in the back. Once again, he cares about lower chain numbers. So let's just say that you have a CA that doesn't do damage. Let's say that you have, say, let's just say Nehan, for example. Or let's say that you have a Huanglong as your main summon and a Huanglong as your sub-summon, and your MC has 90 meter to start the fight, and you're going to 3 chain. Then you still get the fastest draw in the skies benefit. And so this is where this kid actually does things that matter.
Things to note about the skill is that if both him and Silva are on the party, it cares about who's in the 5th slot.
Yeah, I was testing that on day 1, going, it's whoever's in front. And the thing is that even if he's number 6 in that slot, and you only 2 or 3 chain, it only goes as far as checking Silva, and Silva just checks. Was it Ascension? No? Okay, never mind. So you got to choose one of them, and so this is a fairly small amount of damage, but given how streamlined optimization can get when you're doing your 1-turn things, your 0 button, just press the button and get your 3 chain, and then hopefully like Melissa Bell counters or something like that will take care of the rest. I don't know what, just how you exactly will do it, but this means that you don't have to worry about like the Silva type effect that requires a 4 chain. So it's a thing. There's a role for this. The flavor is of course spot on, as they always do for GBF tie-ins. So well done. All right,
He
shall we
don't
move on?
miss.
We'll have to go ahead.
I'm just saying he don't miss.
You just really like saying that, don't you? I mean, it is fun. I have to admit that. All right.
All right, next up.
Yeah, Gekizen was like, he needs it. What the? Hold on. This is. I just realized that my. Hold on here. 1 second. Let me actually fix my stream here. This is.
Oh, I see that cut off on your
Yeah. There we
thing.
go. Much better. All right. He needs
So
all of the crit nodes. All right. So back to
holiday
this.
characters.
Holiday characters. Let's go into this.
Which one you want to talk about first, Dom?
Let's talk about Altair.
Okay, cool. I pulled 3 of them.
He's the one that you know more about. Like I said, you're in charge today. I'm gonna lean back now so you can see
I'm gonna start off with
his weapon
his
or
weapon.
him. Okay, his weapon.
His weapon's pretty good actually. So because it has Slayer on it, so it's a medium attack and crit rate.
Mm-hmm.
Which crit's always nice.
Mm-hmm. Like it gives you more options to use to build crit.
It has Excelsior on it, so your CAs are going to pretty much be nice. It has Craft because if you crit, you get another 20k. What's it called?
Supplemental.
Supplemental
Mm-hmm.
up to 100. And it also has delay at 4-star, which is pretty nice. It's a dagger. Dagger with delay.
Sorry, I'm just looking at like this is now our 3rd or 4th fan. The Pina fan is a melee weapon. The fan with Vera on it from Tyre is a saber, and this is a dagger. Okay, sure.
And something else, Dom?
What's up?
You can main hand this
As a fire dagger, and
because there's only one other good fire dagger, and that's
not
Uisis.
really and that's not a good main hand.
It's not.
Yeah.
This is a good main hand. I'm happy. I'll break this if I need to.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, that's legit. And hey, we're a little late to the party for Belial, a little bit late, but delaying on CA is very good in that fight, especially since you get to play a dagger class. And dagger classes are also good in that fight.
Yep.
Dagger classes are good in every fight. Let's be honest about this. Okay. All right. So tell me about Altair, DJ.
All right. So I'm gonna start with his actually skill 2 first.
Okay, let's go to skill 2.
So old Altair, his water version, he would give you attack defense down, I think on miss modifier.
Yes.
And then also add like 5-star. He also gave
Water
defense
down. Mm-hmm.
So this one's now a stackable attack defense down instead.
Is it the magical 10-10 each time number?
10-10 up to 40.
Yep, the usual. Okay.
And he also gives 2 random debuffs as well.
And they're a very familiar list. So you have the list
10%
of like
debuff resist, 5k poison, 5k putrefy, 5k burn, blind charmed, DATA down on the same debuff.
Right.
Accuracy lowered and paralyzed.
Right. The paralyzed you shouldn't expect to land on anything important, but it's nice to have there when you're not using them against things that are not as important.
It's not spammable. However, if he's at 5 crest, he's the crest character, if you couldn't tell. It will activate twice. So you got 20% stackable attack defense down, 4 random debuffs. And this is on a 5-turn cooldown level 75.
Right, and so there are more and more omens that they're doing that are keying off of debuffs. So in Super Ultimate Bahamut, people actually bring Thor specifically for the purposes of landing more debuffs on the land 10 debuffs omen. and so this guy takes care of up to 6 of them.
It's really nice.
I say up to because as anybody who plays Fior or Urias or all of those other random debuffers knows, it's really noticeable when you get roll the same one twice in a row. And you're like, oh, you again.
You get really
Urias,
sad too
yeah.
because that also affects your chance of handling it later.
Mm-hmm. And so this is nice. It's strong, but if you're in fire and you need a debuffer who can do this over and over again, you can bring Tabina. So that's not really the reason you're going to be bringing Altair. What's the rest of the kit like?
All right, so let's go off of more of his crest stuff. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so battle plan March. One in terms of battle plan maneuver when it's 5 crests first off, and it will actually consume your crests when you do this. By the way, so be careful when you time this.
Summer Cagliostro, is that you? It is, by the way. Anyway, so this is basically a copy paste of the Cagliostro skill, isn't it?
I have to look up Cagliostro skill.
All right, so let me read Summer Cagliostro to you. I'm just bringing it up on the other window. Yeah.
I'm just bringing. I already brought it up. The answer is yes.
Yeah, it's almost exact, isn't it?
Correct.
All right. So, I mean,
it's actually exact.
Yeah, and so people looked at this and went, "That's the Cagliostro skill, but in fire." This is the difference. Fire crest support is very bad compared to water crest support. Water crest support is amazing.
Water has so many crest supports.
So this is the fire crest support that I can think of. There's Zalha Melina, who you shouldn't bring frontline to very many things unless you just love her, and she's fine, but she is not a reason to do anything. There's Fire Tina. There's Percival. Those are the ones I can think of that are crest characters. Did I miss some? Did they add it to Summer EO while I wasn't looking? Is that going to be a thing? But it's just like, it is a far cry from like Water's crest characters who are like Summer.
Nope, you listed all of them.
Yeah, so it's like Water's crest characters are like Summer Kolu, who's amazing. Summer Cagliostro, who's amazing. Like Aglavale's fine, I guess, but it's just like Water has just better support for it. There's a better reason to do it along with Cagliostro. Cagliostro was considered like a build around for Water since her release. Right now in hard content you're not bringing her, but she still has a job. But part of that is also because the other characters that give crests and her own crest generation are strong enough that this is important. This is great for her. For this one, for Altair, you're just like, oh, okay. How am I gonna get these crests?
The only ways you can build crest is A, using skill 3 and we're actually successfully removing a buff.
Mm-hmm.
And CAing with Altair. Or your MC with the dagger in his hand.
Right. Cagliostros were just casting skill 1 and CAing and sometimes attacking. Sometimes she gets it on attacking. Does he have that EMP support also, where sometimes on attacking?
Nope, because he's a new character.
Okay. Oh, he doesn't have any EMP skill. I see.
They'll give it to him like 8 months from now.
Yeah, a year or so from now. Yeah. So like, this is one of those things where we're sitting around waiting for the support to come in. For at least that part. And it's just like, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, you finish.
So what is in his passives that we need to look at?
He has the same thing as Cagliostro, where 10% chaser on crit hits on normal attacks. And depending on how many crests you have, it increases. You have another crit chance.
So here's the question I also have. We've talked about this a lot before, and I didn't look this up before radio. I should have. We talk a lot about the Soul Remnant and what it does and does not stack with. Because this is on the passive modifier, does it interfere with Soul Remnant?
Does not stack with Soul Remnant. Soul Remnant sucks, Dom. Soul Remnant sucks.
Of course it doesn't stack with Soul Remnant. Why would it stack with Soul
Nothing stacks with Soul Remnant.
Remnant?
And it's all Soul Remnant only gives you 10%
Alright.
on a triple attack. You have to triple attack.
We're gonna keep. Alright, so
I really wish they changed his weapon.
let's keep moving on to the Star of the Holy Knight's Miracle. So he gives crit based on Hellfire Crests, and it takes effect even when he uses up.
Yeah, 5% chance, and it stacks up to 25% chance.
Which once again is Summer Cagliostro.
Yeah. God, I hate Soul Remnant. I don't use that in any of my grids.
I use it in my grids purely because it's a lot of attack. Anyway.
I have other things that give me cap.
So this character is fine. However, there's a lot of things that the current state of fire does not favor him. Like, he does no skill damage at all. He has 0 skill damage.
So he doesn't work with skill team.
He doesn't work with the whatever the bamboo spear is from Summer Kumbira. The
I mean, he give Keen. That's
he gives
nice, I
Keen.
guess.
Yeah. He doesn't work with the astral weapon from the element. Like, there's a lot. The support for anything involving fire crests is just not there yet. And so, this once again, like, this is a character waiting for the opportunity to become great, but right now I don't feel like it's there. Like,
It's not.
There's pieces of stuff that we know works, but the reason it works in other elements is not present. Like, the situation that makes it work in other elements is not present here. Like, fire doesn't have, like, his weapon is 20k craft, right? It's like 20k supplemental, hooray! But then you compare it to Wamdis's Conidosite. I hope I spelled that right. There's another S at Wamdis's. And that's what, 100k on crits? Supplemental?
Yeah, and he stacks up to 200k.
Yeah, and you said how much is it on craft?
100k.
Is it 100k max or per?
100k max.
Okay. But then you need 2 of those, and these aren't farmable. And yeah, like, the situation isn't quite there yet. Anything else to add to that?
Give fire. What is this? Sphere, please. Yeah, give us something better than supplemental damage, depending on how low your health is.
Yeah, maybe who knows? Maybe they will have Valentine's Percival, who's basically just Valentine's Aglavale but in fire.
Also, also we lied, by the way. The Wemdis's thing only it goes up to 100k.
Okay.
Because it's 50k each.
It's 50k each. Got it. So the craft is the same maximum then.
But we don't have a farmable yet.
Yeah, it's not. It's the situation isn't there to make it the same level of.
Yeah, and Red Hair is right. We don't have a 3 split attacker yet. That's only in water,
Dark,
wind, and dark.
Mm-hmm. Earth has it. You've been using her.
Oh yeah, Kukuru.
Yeah, but the full Kukuru kit also isn't quite there yet. And so yeah, there's a lot of things that are waiting, and the situation can eventually be there for him. But as of right now, it's kind of he sits into that sort of Mirin holiday version niche for me, where it's like, no one will make fun of you for using him. He's fine. He is perfectly good. If you love Altair, and there's a lot of people out there who do love Altair, then there's nothing wrong with him. Like, he's perfectly fine. However,
he's a usable character.
Yeah, he doesn't like shine, right?
And then they print another character, and it shines one day.
Right.
But today is not that day.
It's like what happens when Earth gets its, when you triple attack, then you will get Chaser character. Then a lot of characters will be like, I've been waiting for this. Kukuru or Vazaraga and Zeta, those characters will just be like, I've been waiting for this one. So, anyway, that's where I stand on that one. Shall we move on?
All right, so a character that actually works with the tools that are out already.
Let's start with the weapon then. The 10th Crest of the Clutch. So it's a light staff, and it gives skill cap up,
Yeah, arts. It gives at skill level 15, 15%. Cap is the cap for arts is 40%.
And then it gives Henny Holidays.
Which I never think of the correct thing in the first one.
Yeah, because of Hennessy, right? The
Yeah,
alcohol. Yeah, same.
but nope, she's a rooster.
She's a chicken. So Henny Holidays. For those of you who have played enough Soldier, this is exactly the John Doe divinity effect. If you didn't take damage, then you do a 4-hit nuke, which works perfectly well with this light skill damage cap up here. And there is very conveniently a a staff MC class that does a lot of skill damage.
You know what light also has, Dom?
Rongominiad.
Yes, a way better weapon anyways.
Rongominiad's a spear though. Oh,
Yes,
you were
but
comparing
I'd
to Soul
smell
Remnant.
better than Soul Remnant. It's the same class of weapon.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you can main hand this thing, and you can pretend that you're a John Doe soldier. Like you're not gonna get the same kind of dodge that you get from the whatchamacallit, the
Yeah,
Rongominiad. You're not gonna get more from.
light also just has ways to prevent damage to
Hmm.
themselves.
It's true. And so this
AK,
thing,
looking at Zeus
yeah,
and his like super big
this thing already works for
shield.
itself. Yep. All right. Yeah, the skills are identical to Valentine's Grimnir's weapon, except Valentine's Grimnir's weapon's auto nuke relies on 80% plus HP. And the thing is that Valentine's Grimnir's weapon, once again, it was used in like a lot of short fight designs in order to just get extra damage out of like a 3-chain. So let's move on to the chicken herself. And once again, you're in charge, DJ. Show
Man,
me
I
where
wish
to
I
go.
wrote this character. All right, so let's start with our skill 1 because local debuffs are always great.
All right.
Permanent local debuffs are even better.
So lowered attack, which is how much?
10%.
Okay. That's all in line with the permanent lowered defense. Most permanent lowered defenses are also 10%, and they don't stack with each other.
Nope.
So, and then
But also, for every 12,240k light skill damage done to a foe, and it counts throughout different things, you would do plain bonus damage, and you remove a buff, which is always nice.
mhm. How much bonus plane damage is it?
1.224 million.
1.24 million. Yeah, so they're all
1.224.
1.224. Right, because Christmas Eve. So
You know, light needed more jobs than Blucilius, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
look. Let's keep moving on. But yeah, this thing, like the amount of skill damage that Light can poop out on demand is well documented. It is anything that involves Valentine's Aglavale or EO or both. They
Oh
work
man,
well with
with
each
both
other.
it's so good.
Yeah. Um, you're gonna link that video now, aren't you? Of the
No, because I forgot to because I was working all day.
I see. No worries then. But yeah, like if you activate what is it, Flowery 7, and you just do like 14 million damage, and then the chickens fly at them to do another 1.224, and then that one is the fifth one where you Flowery 7 again off of Staff of Hope, and it sends another thing at chickens at them. Then you've done a bunch of setup, but you just pressed one button and got a good like 30 something million damage out of it. You're like, all right then.
Yeah, those two characters specifically, really like this.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's the Jolly Jingle. Where do we go next?
Let's go to skill 2 because this one is actually similar to how what's her face
Lich?
Andira.
Oh, okay.
So on your first cast of this, you do a 400k nuke and do 15% DA down, not DA down, dark attack down. That's the right word,
Mm-hmm.
and 25% light defense down. Always a nice number. 25%
Mm-hmm.
elemental down.
Mm-hmm.
Second cast, you also inflict 50% DATA down.
which is something that is a very strong feature on the Earth Zodiac version of Chicken.
Third cast, delay as well.
And so, on average, the third cast will be on what, turn 11? Turn 11, 12 ish? Because of the.
Depends on if the enemy C8 or not.
Wait. Yeah, that goes down to these support skills because when the enemy CAs, she gets the skill cooldown cut.
But they also gave her another ability of if it's past turn 10, you can recast your skills once.
Just press them twice.
Double delay. That's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let's go. Let me actually talk about Fly's Nest then.
Mm-hmm.
Fly to Nest. Hey, it looks like super polymerization. You don't know what this is, Dom, because that's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh thing? Okay.
Yeah, but the icon just reminds me of Super Poly.
Okay, okay.
Second thing, uh, let me just list out the buffs you get. So it's
Alright.
50% light attack up,
Strong.
100% defense up,
Very strong.
10% damage cap up,
Very
30%
well said.
dodge rate, and if you dodge, you do 4 hits of 85k. That is a lie because of a certain character exists and his weapon came out.
So how much is it really in like practical testing?
I do not know because I don't have that character.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't have Neon.
Mm-hmm.
However, that is also really good. But if you cast it on somebody who already has the buff,
Mm-hmm.
they get healed for 10k and remove all their debuffs.
So Mega Mahira, not Mahira, Mega Mishra. You just rearrange the letters. You can't spell Mishra without Mahira and an S. Just don't worry about it, okay? It sounded better in my head. But I mean, she doesn't give debuff immunity like Mishra does, but she does so much else that also is really good. And then if you cast it again on them, which is going to be very easy past turn 10, then yeah, if you have this character, then you're just like, all right, Mishra, you had a good run, but now my chicken is here, my chicken mom. Um,
Yeah. So pretty much, I like this way better than Mishra. Only because she doesn't have dead buttons.
mhm,
That's like the one thing I hate about playing Mishra.
mhm.
Like Summer Korra, she doesn't have dead buttons because you can recast some of them for the
For
same
for
cost.
for real effects, yeah,
Yeah,
because a lot of the effects are temporary. On Mishra, you just once you run out of things to do, you're just waiting for Mishra to die and be replaced by a real
pretty
character.
much.
In this one, you still have all of these things to do. So we talked about Half Baked Santa. All right, so the last thing is then Holiday Hen House, right?
No, CA as well.
Okay. So which one do you want to look at?
Let's look at the CA because it's always a nice thing to look at.
Okay, so the CA up here, light damage, and it gives strength to your allies and a shield.
30 to 10. 1k shield, that's whatever. You're gonna summon Zeus instead if you're actually
And
trying to throw
then,
that damage.
like so many other characters with a permanent debuff, it does an extra thing if they have her permanent debuff. For Shalem, she casts her freaking nuke again. It's not going to be that strong for this one. How much is the light damage?
635k. This is actually the same as Undira's as well for
Okay,
her summer version.
got it. Yeah, Summer Andira is basically where they took a lot of their cues for this character.
I mean,
Uh,
Summer Deer also has a permanent debuff.
and a turn
Skill
10,
to that
yeah,
ramps up after 3 times.
and also the turn 10 thing where it's just like, by the way, once it's turn 10, then go nuts.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, and then the last thing about this is the Holiday Hen House. So whenever an ally with Mother Hen's beats uses a charge attack, then they heal themselves and they get a debuff removed from them.
The heal is 1k, but that counts up over time. Especially Light has many ways to actually build up the meter for seeing again.
And also, if you're using, say, Noah, who is a very popular character in Light still, then he does it twice. He reactivates. Shiva also reactivates. That's a thing that matters. Um, some people were looking at this and thinking that she replaces Tico. Also, it's like I don't believe that. Tico's much more consistent at it. It's just that this is part of a bigger package.
Tico plays her own role,
Hmm.
pretty much.
And then so yeah, that's the Christmas chicken.
Good
She's also
character,
she's
pretty
also
fun.
adorable.
There's not enough party slots in a party.
But she's a very good one to play with. Like Summer Shiva, um, since Summer Shiva also does like insane amounts of skill damage when he decides on doing it. Valentine's
Yeah.
Aglavale, EO, um, when you're just thinking about like miscellaneous other ways just to do light skill damage, like Nicholas.
No, this Melissa Ball do
L-
pretty good skill damage.
Light Melissa Bell also does good skill damage, yeah. Like there's a lot of just fun things to do, and then even if you're not doing them specifically, it'll just happen over time when you're trying to do, omens in V2, where you're just like, I need to do skill damage anyway. Or if you're just trying to dispel, you just need to get rid of a buff. So you can just
Look, I think this is like the most viable way for to do Sabaha's white damage removal,
mhm.
because that thing's like so much,
Is it
and
2 million
even
or is it
then
three
this.
million?
Oh, let me look it up.
Because I know that Subaha's white damage requirement is actually absurdly high.
Checking the wiki, checking the wiki.
Yeah, what a package.
3.33333 million.
This 3 million. Oh lord, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
most characters only get 2 million. That's a surprise, huh?
Even the transcended Threo only gets to 2.9999997 or whatever million,
Yeah.
because she does 999,999 three times, and then you're just like, all
Yep.
right, poison, take me the rest of the way. It's like poison isn't gonna do 300k.
Nope. So this is like the only viable one actually for this then.
Yeah. The next most viable is just being a tormentor and chucking the white damage dagger, and then using the tormentor refresh, and then keylining and throwing the dagger again. You just have to just keep throwing that dagger until it falls over. All right. Anyway, so that's it for new characters. Wait. So what's the last thing on the agenda, DJ?
Let me bring up the agenda because I was looking away.
All right, never mind. So we're gonna skip one of them and punt it to another episode. It was going to be about the Q&A that was on Fest. What we're actually going to talk about, the final thing, is what we've got
Splatfest.
is what we've got coming up next week, which is Splatfest. We have a Splatfest coming because in 2018 Japan literally did have this as a Splatfest, and it was Meiji's Choco. So Kinoko no Yama, also known as Choco Room, it gets sold at like Costco's in America. So little like mushroom shaped cookie with chocolate versus Takenoko no Sato, which is a bamboo shoot shaped cookie with like a chocolate glazing, and it's gonna be goofy as hell. Because remember that last year's equivalent to this, we turned the next boss into a Tyrannosaurus with the power of our beating things up,
That was sick, by the way.
and we got ourselves the worst Vicky in existence, who is still on my home screen. And now our equivalent of that is we're going to be getting an R cow, and the cow,
It's
once
always
again,
asleep.
she's asleep, and she's not going to wake up, and she's worse in combat than R cat.
Just remember, these characters will have triple attack animations and CAs because
Because
you can
they are
skin them.
outfits. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna when next week when we meet up again, we're gonna have that. It's going to be funny as hell. I'm going to be enjoying myself.
It's
Which
gonna be great times.
do you have a team?
Chocolate mushrooms.
That's fair. I think I'm also gonna be on Team Mushroom. Um,
Look, we got to represent Farrah somewhere, right? With, with hunting mushrooms.
The thing is that yeah, then instead of turning the next boss, which was going to be Nyarlathotep, into a Tyrannosaurus, we're now going to be changing the grudge chunks, the unite and fight meat, into either a chocolate mushroom or a chocolate bamboo shoot.
It's gonna be great.
Remember to have fun. It's a game, everybody.
I mean, that's why this is here. It's for fun.
Yeah. Oh, this is such a goofy collab.
Oh,
Thank-
we can talk about goofy collabs like next week then.
I don't know what to support. Maybe bamboo shoots. It depends on what you like more. Um, so you get the same amount in each box. The chocolate to cookie ratio is slightly better for the mushrooms, especially since you can just like pull the chocolate off of the mushrooms more easily and eat the chocolate and the cookie separately. So I mean that's the thing for me. I can eat the cap of the mushroom and that's all chocolate,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can eat the stem of the mushroom, the stalk of the mushroom, and that's all cookie. So I'm a big fan of that. But
Mushroom.
oh man, this is gonna be great. Let's go Splatfest.
I can't believe we're doing this. I'm amazed. I love it.
Last year when it happened, people were so surprised, like what the. And this year they're equally surprised. Never change Granblue Fantasy. Just pull this stuff straight out of your ass.
Hey, it's a collab.
Yeah, Bamboo has a better mix if you want actually both at the same time, as pointed out by Tech. So anyway, we have taken 2 hours to do all of this. We still this is like essentially two slide. No, it's like 6 slides from the Granblue Fantasy Fest news. So we're gonna be pouring over this for the next like 3 to 4 weeks, and so next week we're gonna be talking about character rebalances. We're gonna be talking about Team Mushroom versus Team Bamboo. We're gonna be talking about the Christmas mini stories. Maybe there's a lot to talk about.
I'm amazed we have the orchestra characters in this current story.
Right? But what does that mean, DJ? Does that mean they're bringing Hayami in? Yeah, yeah, no, probably.
No, she can only be here through collabs. Remember?
All right. Anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody. On the other hand, short episode by the way.
Yeah.
I never promised that this was going to be a short episode. I never lied to you like that.
The moment that when I read an agenda, I'm like, run down the masterclass. I'm like, this is gonna take up all the time.
All right, everybody. I'm going to continue to enjoy my trip down in LA.
Yeah,
I hope you guys have fun.
Enjoy yourselves, people.
I forgot that on this laptop I still have the summer background for the Granblue Radio show, but
Nice.
it's fine. I'm in Los Angeles.
I mean, it's practically summer.
The land of the sun. Oh yeah, it's summer. It's 40 degrees out. It's great. 40 degrees Fahrenheit, not C.
I mean, I would have believed you if he said C.
It's December, dude. We're not that anyway. All right.
I've seen it 90 degrees Fahrenheit over there.
All right. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy it. I'm having fun. Don't burn yourself out farming master levels. You've got 3 to 5 months for any of these things. Take your time, everybody. Have fun. It's a game.
That's healthy.
That's my reminder. People were yelling it. I was forcing everyone else. Like I was telling people, like yell at me to take a break. Yell at me to take a break. I need to take a break, and you did. So thanks for that. I drove down to Los Angeles. I've had dinner with friends down here. It's been nice.
Nice.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Later.